Hello my fellow viewers, I'm the viewer, and this is episode 2 of Megaman Trio, the show where I rank the designs of Robot Masters from the 3 iterations they appear in: Classic Mega Man, Mega Man Battle Network, and Mega Man Fully Charged. Like before, I'll be going over all 3 designs of a single Robot Master, and I'll choose my favorite design at the end while everyone else decides in the comments. And today will be Gutsman's turn, and like before, let's go over some honorable mentions. Ruby Spears Gutsman. But to be frank, this is actually a pretty spot-on rendition of Gutsman. Besides the color of his lower jaw and feet, it's classic Gutsman. Next is Powered Up Gutsman. And besides being chipified, just like with Ruby Spears, it's spot-on the classic Gutsman. Next is Street Fighter V Gutsman. Do I really need to say anything else? Next is Gutsman G from Mega Man 7. Ultimately a modified Gutsman. Now this next one is interesting. Gutsman from the Mega Man Megamix manga. I don't know too much about the manga, but these Robot Master designs are on a completely different level, man. And they cranked up the construction aesthetic to 20. Hands down the winner if this was fully animated. And last, and certainly least, all jokes aside, Captain N Gutsman. Okay, and without further ado, classic Gutsman is first. Well, to start, for being the strong robot that he is built like an ox, and his size demonstrates it. And the red and yellow color scheme, contrasted with the black torso, excellent. But something I do want to note is that I just don't see the construction element. I know he has a construction hat for a head, but that's really it. Now to bring up the Megamix design real quick, immediately you can tell this guy was made for construction and demolition. Ultimately, we have a good design, but it leaves much to be desired. Next is Battle Network Gutsman, and I'll have to say, he's more of a hulking brute now instead of a strong man. Very interesting. And his main color was switched from red to yellow, so a step in the right direction for the construction look. Another thing to note is that his symbol is a green cross, which is the same symbol on Japanese construction hats. And we can't forget the fact that hammers are his main weapon. Very, very nice. Something I need to ask is, what's going on with his feet?
What are those?
They're not terrible, but they can be a bit distracting. Something I forgot to mention is that here, Gutsman is built like a gorilla, which further amplifies his brute appearance. Other than that, we have ourselves a very solid design. And finally, we can look at Fully Charged Gutsman. This one's really interesting. So he's still big and strong like the others, but they put a lot more emphasis on the gut. Proportion-wise, he's very similar to Battle Network. He's still a hulking brute, but it's made apparent that his strength comes from within. His primary colors are black and red, with a touch of neon yellow, which looks pretty good. Which is interesting because now we went full circle with his primary color. First red, then yellow, then black. I also like the backpack tubes he has on his back. Now the other 2 did have them, but they were either non-existent or just for decoration. And I don't know why, but I really like the square shape of his head. So going back to his gut, he fights by eating. By eating. And when he eats enough, he releases a powerful shockwave. In other words, he's probably farting. So, gimmick shenanigans aside, I really like this design. It's solid and it gets the job done. And there we go. That was Gutsman from the Classic Series, Battle Network, and Fully Charged. And for third place, the bronze goes to Classic Gutsman. Don't get me wrong, it's a solid design, but it falls flat when we're looking at the construction theme. And second place goes to Fully Charged Gutsman. Even though this Gutsman wasn't directly construction theme, that was Droman, they still managed to pull it off with his blocky aesthetic, which is very similar to the Megamix design. And the winner goes to Battle Network's Gutsman. They went all in with the attention to detail to the construction aesthetic. From his color scheme to his weapons, they really nailed it on this one. And that's my ranking for Gutsman. Which one's your favorite? Let me know down below. I'm the viewer, and thank you for watching.